What is up, girl? Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Maya and I'm so excited to be bringing you part 2 of the Holy Household series. Now, if you're new here, let me give you a quick little rundown. This series is for the women who are building more than just homes, but literally building safe havens for their family, filled with love, filled with joy, filled with discipleship, and just homes that just reflect the love of Christ. Like, that has always been my prayer, especially with us moving. I was like, Lord, this is your house. We just get to steward this house. So just give me the wisdom to create the best home possible. And I feel like the Lord has really been downloading a lot of things in me, especially the past few months. So I'm so excited to be bringing you these 6 habits that I know can be transformational, not only in your life, but also your family's life and your home. Before we get into these habits, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is Coterie. If you followed me for any length of time, then you already know we are a Coterie family. We've been a Coterie family for about a year and a half. My son Ezra is 2, and the boy has been in Coterie since he was like 6 months old. And we haven't switched up because they're amazing. They're that great. They're like the staple diaper and honestly the staple baby brand that we now gravitate towards. But I do want to go in depth on our current fave pull-ups. These are called the Pant from Coterie. Potty training is right around the corner for Ezra, and I love how easy it is to slide these on and off. And Coterie has the best absorption that we have experienced, which helps Ezra to sleep longer stretches throughout the night. Coterie is known for how clean their diapers are. You already know that is number 1 for me. I love how gentle they are on his skin. He has very sensitive skin and he has never been irritated by Coterie diapers. So if you're an expecting mom or you're just a mom looking to switch up her current diaper brand, I would definitely recommend checking out Coterie. They also have a subscription service, which makes it super easy, so you don't have to have that mental task of ordering diapers. You can just subscribe and pick your frequency, so that way you don't have to think about it and they just come right to your door. So if you're looking for a brand that supports not only your baby but also your peace of mind, you have to check out Coterie. You can scan the QR code that's on the screen and also head to the link in my description to learn. Now let's hop right into these habits. Habit number 1, and this is something the Lord has been dealing with me on. It's a work in progress, but it's something that he's definitely put on my heart to share, and that is to receive daily manna. Not weekly, not monthly, not quarterly, daily. I know I am not the only one who gets so consumed with tomorrow. Like, I'm always thinking of tomorrow, and don't get me wrong, it's great to have a vision. And I really thank my husband for that because he has a great vision for our family. But for me, I get so consumed with like the worries of tomorrow, the worries of next year, even like the worries of what life is gonna look like with my family and just my capacity. Because there are days when I struggle with just my 2 babies and I'm like, Lord, how in the world am I ever gonna have more kids if I am like struggling in this moment? And he always just reminds me and puts on my heart, like, I will give you daily bread just for today. You know, we have to go Bible. I've got my iPad here and I want to give you just a little bit of context behind daily manna. So it actually originates from Exodus 16, where God miraculously provided food, and it was called manna in the scriptures. It was for the Israelites during their 40-year travel throughout the wilderness. So each day the Israelites were instructed to gather for their daily manna, their daily portion. And hear this, if they gathered more than they needed, Jesus, it would spoil. And the only day that they were able to get a double portion was the day before Sabbath. So that way they wouldn't have to collect on the Sabbath and they could rest. So what does this mean? This rhythm in itself, the concept of daily bread, quite literally shows us that we need to be not only obedient, but dependent on the Lord daily. Because us in our human flesh, when we start to puff up our chest and we start to think that we could do things without God, maybe we go a couple days without prayer and life, you know, life's still going, life's still moving. Maybe we go a week without prayer, a week without reading our scriptures, things like that. And then we start to, you know, think that we're self-sufficient, but you will always reach a point of depletion because you are not only flesh, but you are also spirit, and your spirit is craving the Lord every single day. And every day you deprive your spirit of the Lord. It's like, it has almost like, I would mirror it with a physical reaction. Like every time you deprive your body of food, your body gets hungry and your body gets hungry. And yes, you can fast, like you can fast, but you will start to see a physical representation of what's happening to your body. You're gonna get frailer, you're gonna get weaker, you're gonna start losing weight. That is your spirit. Your spirit, every single day you think you can go without God, your spirit just start to get weak, frail, just tired. And that is why it's so important for us to have daily bread. So what that looks like for me is rising early. You guys know I've started back on my 5 a.m. kick. And yes, some days it is hard, but the intimacy and the quiet time with the Lord is just like unmatched. It's unmatched. Yes, I pray all throughout the day. Like I'm praying while I'm with the kids, but there's nothing like sitting in quiet with the Lord. And hear me, as moms, I know that we don't get a lot of quiet. It could literally be while you're washing dishes and the kids are occupied, where that is your quiet time. Like you just have to make do in whatever season you're in. But if God has graced you with the ability to have actual quiet time, even if that means you have to get up earlier, girl, get up early. Get up early, because here's the thing. If you actually want to have a day that's fulfilling, if you actually want to have a day where you feel like the Lord is so present with you, like that requires you setting up your day in a way that He is your first priority. And then you have to remember that today's bread is not sufficient for tomorrow. It starts all over again. And that dependence is required on a daily basis. But when you submit your plans to the Lord, He makes your crooked path straight. I'm telling you, I done lived it, girl. Trust me. Okay, another daily rhythm or habit that my family's been implementing that has really been just like transformational in a lot of ways, and I'll get into it, is out serving one another. Me and my husband have this healthy competition of out serving one another. What this does is it positions your heart to think about someone else, because we live in a world that is so self-seeking, self-centered, and focused on self all the time. We're always focused on ourselves, thinking about ourselves. We're always consumed with ourselves. But what happens if you take that mirror and girl, you flip it around and you start looking at other people, you start serving other people? Well, what would happen is you wouldn't be so consumed with yourself. You wouldn't be so worried about yourself. You wouldn't be so anxious about yourself, because you're not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about others. And I think this is the kicker. Like the world tells us that the more me time we have, the happier we'll be, the more that we pour into ourselves. And hear me, because there's a fine line, right? Like I'm all for self-care. I'm all for like a good self-care night. You guys already know that. But what the world will tell you is that that is enough, that just caring about yourself is enough. That's a lie. One of the greatest commandments the Lord gave us is to love our neighbor, So there's power in loving other people. There's power in serving people. And I'm telling you, when you serve others, it is so much more fulfilling than serving yourself. Try it out. Go to like a local food bank. Go help out at a local shelter. Go be a volunteer somewhere. You're gonna come back home and you're gonna be like, wow, I feel good. Do you wanna know why? Because God built you like that. So when you serve, you feel fulfilled, you feel good. So on a daily basis, my husband and I, and we're even starting to teach our kids how to do this. Our kids are still very young, so they don't fully get it. But with my husband and I, we have like this healthy competition of like out serving one another. So it's not so much like keeping score or anything like that, but it's just a heart posture of, I wanna serve you today. Like, can I make your coffee? Like maybe I'll pick you something up while I'm out, or like simple things like a foot rub, or maybe Javon runs my bath for me. It's these little tasks that just remind us, and I think this is great for marriage specifically as well, that like I see you, you're appreciated, I want to serve you, I'm here to help you, I want to be your helpmate. And it's not self-seeking. Like I just think it's a beautiful thing, and it's really helped not only our marriage to flourish, but when the marriage flourishes, the home flourishes. So just a little food for thought. I really love this rhythm we've been implementing. Tip number 3. When I say the Lord he's been speaking, girl, because there's been so many things that I've had a heart change. And I think that is literally sanctification. And that is why growing on a platform is hard, because people expect you to come to the platform, especially when you're in Christ. People want you to come to the platform totally sanctified, when that's not even biblical. Like this is a process. The Lord on a daily is renewing us. And all that goes to say, like, I have not always been this girl right here. And even looking at this girl in 5-10 years, I'm gonna be like, oh wow, I was so far off on this and on that. And that just goes to say, like, extend people grace. Yes, I love gentle correction. Yes, gentle correction is great, but the Holy Spirit is greater, and He literally puts things on people's hearts. For example, the next rhythm that we've been practicing is intentional family screen time. I'm not against screen time at all, okay? We've got like 3 TVs in our house. I'm not against screen time, but I think that there is a fine line, especially if screen time has now become the full-time all-day babysitter. And I'm talking specifically for my family. And what I found is Genesis gets very, very, very consumed if a screen is on. Like I could literally walk in the door and I've been gone for hours and she wouldn't even notice. I could be saying her name, she wouldn't even know. She gets so dialed in on what's in front of her that I'm like, dang, like there is clearly power in screens and we try to use that to our advantage. So we've been implementing intentional family screen time. So a couple days out of the week, we will pop popcorn, we'll get snacks, we'll cozy up with the kids and like we'll watch the movie with them. Like let us be a part of this thing. We don't want to deprive you of screen time, but we also want to be wise. So essentially this rhythm just brings that balance back to screen time and then also like reinforces the family unit, like let's do this thing together. Okay, tip number 4 is the quiet hour practice. And when I tell you we just exited the quiet hour, hence why Genesis is right here. Y'all, she's in the room with me. And I was supposed to film this video like 30 minutes ago when quiet hour was still going on, but we ended up getting a washer and dryer delivered. These are just I'm giving y'all sidebars at this point, but I have to give context to my real life. I'm a real mom, I got real kids. But usually quiet hour is a time when I'm actually able to work, and it is perfect for everyone in our family. It is perfect for Ezra because he gets to take a nap. It's perfect for Jenna because she either gets to take a nap or listen to her Tony box, which is like this little portable radio essentially. So screen free, but she's still like, you know, is entertained by something, or she'll color, or she'll play with her dolls. And this is not like a time of neglect. This is a very intentional time where I explained it specifically Genesis, like mommy loves you, mommy's here for you all day long, but mommy also has to work. So I think it's very important to like let kids know, like this is real life, like real life, we gotta work. So I need this hour so I can actually show up also in my job just as much as I show up here being your mommy. Like I need you to give me that time. And I mean, she be chilling. This time she came down, you know, after her quiet hour, and obviously she wants to like get back into the flow. So that's why I'm gonna wrap up this video shortly so we can, you know, get back into the flow of things. This has worked great for our family, and it just creates some type of structure and cadence, and also just helps me a lot as a mom. Like I know we be thinking that we can do it all and that our kids need to be in our face 24/7 days a week, but this rhythm just creates a better balance for my family specifically. And a lot of people ask me like, how do we implement this? With Ezra's always been on a very good sleep schedule, so he flowed right into it. Like his naps are consistent every single day. He'll usually actually give me more than an hour. He'll usually give me like an hour or 2. And with Jenna, again, it was just like once she hit 3 and she was able to understand, we were able to like sit down and I told her, you know, more about quiet hour, and she likes independent play. So it kind of just flowed with our family. Now, obviously there's a monitor on her while she's doing quiet time. So eyes are still on her in a way, but it kind of just teaches independence at this age. And it's only an hour, girl. Trust me, they will be okay. Okay, tip number 5. I love this tip and I talk about this tip quite frequently, but it's something that has honestly changed my life. And that is, how you show up is how you will show up. Hear me. I definitely had seasons where I would wake up, I would wear my pajamas the entire day. I wouldn't, you know, like do my skincare, wash my face, get myself together. I wouldn't, you know, do my hair, and I showed up that way. I showed up very just like, you know, lackadaisical. I showed up very unintentional. And hear me, there are times for rest, which we will get into. But for me, I take the role of motherhood very, very seriously. In my head, this is my job. So when I wake up, I want to get dressed like this is my job. And for me, the Lord has been speaking to me just about like just my own femininity and what makes me flourish in that, and that's dresses. I love.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I just want to come in and give you a kiss.
Thank you so much. I love the support, y'all, of these videos. We're finding new rhythms. This is the reality of it. But I have really, really been flourishing in just like my own femininity when I wear dresses. I don't know what it is, but I kid you not, every day that I've been wearing a dress the past couple of weeks, I just feel like I really just want to, I don't know, like just be a homemaker and just love on my kids and love on my husband. And I'm not saying this is the case for everybody. Girl, wear what you want, because I still wear pants. Okay, I'm not no anti-pant girl, but this feels like a uniform to me. Like this feels like when I put my dress on, I know, like boom, I'm clocked into mommy mode. We about to get it. Like this I'm clocked in. Like what's up? Like I'm really about to be the best out here. In my head, because y'all know I always, I'm just a girl who just loves to just make things like romanticizing things. And I don't know, I just have been loving dresses. And when I show up like this, just showing up intentionally and with like my mind right, and I got myself together, I have found myself really being able to show up better for my family and even for myself. Like it's great that I'm getting myself dressed. It's great that I'm doing my skincare, doing my makeup, doing my hair. Like that even tells me, hey, like you're worth every single day getting up and like getting yourself together. Like you're worth that. You should do that for yourself. So just a little thing. And I think also simplifying, right? Hear me, because this is really what God spoke to me about with dresses specifically. I want to be very intentional with how I say this, because my conviction is not your conviction. This is not a salvation issue. Hear me. This is not a salvation issue. This is my personal conviction. And like I said, I still wear pants. But in the house, God was like, I want you to start simplifying your life. And if it took me 15, 20, 30 minutes to pick out an outfit, because I had all these different, want to pick out this top, this, all these, it was a lot. And he was like, what if you just like wore dresses while you were in the house with the kids, and then when you want to go out, take that extra time and really put some effort into your outfits, style up your outfits. But what if like this was just your mom uniform and you woke up and you didn't have the stress or the worry or the anxiety of like, what am I gonna wear today? What if you just had to put on a dress? And I was like, okay, I kind of like that, Lord. Like you kind of ate with that. Like I kind of like that. So I was like, okay, God, I'm going to try it out for like a couple of weeks and I'm going to see. And he was like, okay, great. Because I told you to do it. So it's already going to be good, but go ahead and do your little trial run. And I think I'm on like day 14 today. And I was like, oh my goodness, like my mornings have been simplified. And he was like, yeah, that's why I told you to do it. So that's my own personal conviction. And maybe you've been like wanting to like, try out dresses and just see like how that works for you. And for me, I love it. Like I just feel so just feminine and girly and just really in my like mother. Like it just gets mother. Again, y'all, this is not scripture. This is not law. This is just my own rhythm that's been working for me. And then tip number 6, this is my favorite tip, and I'll give it in every single video, and I will continue to reiterate this because it's transformed our family, and that is intentional rest in a busy world. If Satan can't get to you, he will keep you busy. He will keep you on overdrive. He will keep you hustling and hustling and hustling until you're sick, girl, until you can't move, until you have a mental breakdown. Like that is his priority. If he can't get to you, he'll just keep you in this spiral. And I felt myself there probably about 6 months back where I was like at my wit's end. I was so exhausted every single day. I felt burnt out every single day. Like I genuinely hit a point of burnout. And that's when God really started speaking to me about Sabbath and about rest, like making it a priority by any means necessary, like cutting out the noise, cutting out the to-do list, 1 day a week, just 1 day. He was like, you have 6 other days. Give me 1 day. And it's not even for me. It is for you. It is for your soul. And I will always say this, if you are legalistic in the way that you Sabbath, if you are condemning other people for the way that they Sabbath, I think you've missed the whole point of Sabbath. Sabbath is about rest. And if the Father on the 7th day said, I need to rest, who do you think you are that you don't need to rest? It's very important to rest, and it's very important to Sabbath as a family. There's something special about Sabbathing together and making that something that we all look forward to. Like our favorite day of the week is when we Sabbath, and we specifically do it from Saturday night to Sunday night. So that way, if there's things that we have to get done, like Saturday morning, we can still get those things done. And then to like reset for our week going into Monday, we still have Sunday night. So this just like works perfectly for us. Some things we do on Sabbath are just like family dinners, family game nights, maybe like watching a movie together. It's just an intentional rhythm of rest and also community, resting together. And man, this has changed my life. I remember when I used to be on just nonstop going 7 days a week, and I was wondering why I was literally about to crash out. Ma'am. Like, no. So This is something that our family loves, and our family's been thriving ever since we started doing this intentionally. Another quick thing, this doesn't really go along, I mean, I guess it kind of does go along with Sabbath, but another intentional rhythm of rest is taking the TV out of our primary bedroom. Now, my husband and I, we're TV watchers, and if we could, we would sit and watch like 3 movies a night. And since we know that about ourselves, we were proactive. We actually ended up not putting a TV in our bedroom because we genuinely want our bedroom to be a place of rest, and I didn't want any distractions in here. Like, there's so many distractions on a day-to-day basis, from phones, Apple Watches, girl, our fridge got a whole screen on it. Like, there's constantly screens in our face, and I was like, what if we just had a room where it was literally just nothing and it was just me and you? And I think this has also helped our marriage as well. So highly recommend a screen-free bedroom. We've been going to bed at a decent time every single night. We've been how can I put this in a way? We've been more intimate. I mean, transparently, we've been more intimate because we've had more time to, and there's no distractions. And yeah, it's just been something that has been really, really helpful to our marriage, and also just like how we personally show up. So that was a lot, but that was also very fun. And I'm so grateful that I get to sit down and have these chats with you guys. And I always want to let you guys know I am not perfect. I am still just out here trying to figure it out day by day by the Lord's grace. And you don't have to be perfect to start. And something that I say quite often when I'm talking to people just about like changing certain ways of their life is, what can you do today? This goes back to daily manna. Like, what can you do today to practice your way into a new rhythm? Because the reality is, we have practiced our way into the current life that we have. Whether it's the way that we think, the way that we view or think about others, the way that we show up, like, we have practiced these things and now they have become our way of life. So in order for you to start new rhythms, you need to practice your way into those new things. So all of the habits that I gave you are things that every single day I'm keeping in my mind, like, okay, I have to make sure I'm practicing this so that it actually becomes a natural rhythm of my life. Don't let that overwhelm you. It should be encouraging that if you just practice one thing today, and then when you get to the next day, you just practice that other thing again, and so on and so forth, that thing will naturally become a habit and will naturally become you and your way of life. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope it could encourage you. And if it did, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. I know I haven't made one of these videos in a minute. So now that we're settled into the house, just know that they're coming back. I got the Christian Girl Chats coming. I got the Holy Girl Habits coming, and I've got the Holy Household Habits coming. So a lot of things that are coming up. So make sure to stay tuned. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit my subscribe button as well as my bell so you're updated on all of my weekly posts. I love you, girl. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next video. Bye.